Hey folks, it's Don with My Three Fords, and today we are changing the oil in the Ford Flex, which to me is probably the easiest oil change I've ever done on all my vehicles that I've ever owned. And I'll show you why. But this one is significant because we have reached the 100,000 mile mark. So, and I change every 5,000 miles, and I've stated why I do that in some other videos, but if you want to leave a comment asking why I do that, then by all means you can. But so all you need is for this job, all you need is a catch pan, 15 millimeter socket and ratchet, and then I always just have this on standby just in case, and then a couple shop towels, which I'll grab in just a minute, and I'll show you up underneath why it's the easiest oil change ever. So this is why it's the easiest one ever, is because the drain plug is right there. Okay, and the filter is right there. So they're both very close to each other. Other than the access under here, which isn't bad considering you don't really have to get that far. I mean, my belly's not even under this thing yet, and I can reach the drain plug and the filter pretty easily, right? So I'll get those squared away right now, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I popped the plug off, and as you can see, it's draining out pretty quickly. The engine is warm right now. I would say warm to hot. It's been sitting for about an hour, so, and of course that's what I'd recommend, you know, changing it when it's warmer rather than colder. Obviously it just comes out, you can get more of it out, you know, quickly. We'll give that just a couple minutes. Okay, again, this is easy access. Loosen a little bit, let it drip out, let it stop gushing. Probably should have some gloves on, but you know, whatever. Spot up where you spin it on real quick, and then we'll spin on the new filter. And what I like to do too is to fill this thing up a little bit. And it works its way back down. And then fill it up a little bit. Maybe just a little bit more. And then you can just tap this and put that little residue around the rubber doohickey. And then we'll put it back on, hopefully not spilling it. And that gives a little bit of oil in the system already once the engine starts. Not a big deal. I mean, most filters aren't like this that hang upside down. Most of them are rolling sideways, like the F-150 and the Bronco are sideways, so they spill out, so you really can't fill them. So I don't think it's critical that you do this, but I've seen people where they've mentioned on forums that it's a good idea to do it. So I do it because it's not hard to do. So all right, folks, so it says on the newer Flexes to do 6 quarts of oil. So since I had another Flex from 2009 that basically looked like the same exact car, because it nearly was, it only needed 5.5. So I only give this 5.5 the first time I did it, and then checked it, and it was correct on the hash marks, and I haven't had any issue. And that was 80-something thousand miles ago. So I believe, and the same thing is true of my Bronco. I think it was 6.2, and I've only been able to put 6 in it with any issue. And that's with the filter. That's with, you know, changing the filter, of course, and everything. So, and the reason why I have these as opposed to using this is because this is the last time I'm going to use full synthetic extended protection. For one, I don't go past 5,000 miles anyways, and I'm going to switch to max life Valvoline, which is what I use in the truck, and I just figure I'll use the same thing in a couple different vehicles, and then that way it's less to keep track of buying which vehicle for, which oil for which vehicle. It's just sort of a pain in the butt. So especially when you have three, you try to mitigate as much as that as possible. So the Bronco gets royal purple, and it's a brand new engine, so it's obviously not going to get max life anytime soon. And so, and then, like with transmission fluids, if I can use the same ones I do, which I can, both the Flex and the F-150 take the same kind, and I think I use the same type of fluid for the Bronco's transfer case. So anyways, it's just, I don't want to say it's because I'm lazy, but maybe that's maybe, I don't know. I don't think trying to be simple is necessarily lazy, but I mean, if you want to call it that, then I guess I'm not going to be offended. And I'm just finishing up the filling of the oil with the new stuff, obviously right here. But if you like this video, you can hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to see more videos about either the Bronco, the Flex, or the F-150, you can hit the subscribe button as well. I appreciate you watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.